Hello, everybody. Today is the 19th, Sunday, the 19th of December 2021. It's around 6:30 in the evening. My name is Michelle Francis. It's been really difficult to find my source of outlet, communication with the public. I've worked out now how to fiddle around the YouTube and make a YouTube video. I don't know how long I've got, so I'll try to be quick. I was going to go to Speaker's Corner today, but luckily I've managed to find a way to make a YouTube video. So, yeah, basically, my name's Michelle Francis again, and there's so much I want to share with the public. Basically, I'm 51 years old. I'm born on the 26th of September, 1970. I share the exact same birthday, the 26th of September, as Winnie Mandela. Yeah, and also Serena Williams, but more poignantly, Winnie Mandela. I just want to say my father, George Magnus Francis, was in the media in the 1970s. Yeah, in the early to mid 1970s. He'd been arrested for like public, public, like a sexual offense in a public a place. And he was arrested by the police. He was charged. I think he was put in prison, and the process, the matter went to court, and he was processed through the criminal courts, and he was prosecuted by the CPS. Anyway, my dad pleaded not guilty, and the matter went to trial. The matter was at the end of the trial, the matter was thrown out of court by a judge, who said that there was not enough, the police didn't have enough evidence. There wasn't enough evidence from the Crown prosecution to convict my father of the charges that they put against my dad. This matter was all over the media, the newspapers, the television, and the radio and stuff like that. My dad's from Jamaica, and he came over in Windrush. And lo and behold, all I know is my dad was accused of basically having sex with another male who was a white male, who I've recently been told it was a white male, and it was in a public toilet in Leeds, West Yorkshire. I don't know any more of the details. I've tried very hard, believe me, to obtain the records, the newspaper article from the archives. I've enlisted people that specialize in researching newspaper articles from the archives. One woman was called Michelle Gabidon, a black Jamaican woman. She agreed to do the job. Then all of a sudden COVID-19 came, because this was in 2019. Then COVID-19 came in early 2020. Then it was put off. Then after the COVID started to settle back down after a long time of lockup, she then said her mother's just contracted cancer and she's dying, and she has to look after her mother. She didn't have time. Then I waited a long time again, and then eventually she said, send me the information on your dad. So I trusted her because I got her details from the British Library, who give the contact details of newspaper researchers. So obviously I trusted her with my information. I emailed her the information, and as she requested. Then she started to sort of hesitate, stalling. So I phoned her one day. I said, "Is everything all right, Michelle?" So she said, like, she was really off, like, what you phoning me for? So I said, anyway, the conversation was short. I said, "It's all right, Michelle. I'll let you get on with it, yeah, because I'm waiting for the information, basically. I'm waiting for her to produce this evidence that is in the archives, on the newspaper, in the newspaper archives on my father, that involved him in this sex scandal with a white male in a public toilet." So obviously this is very important to me. You understand? So she's stalling. So she phoned me back one day. No, she didn't phone me. She sent me a text message or an email or a text message accusing me of phoning her and disturbing her and harassing her, and that the way I spoke to her, and I was aggressive and abusive and intimidating her. And she said, "Oh, I'm not going to touch." She said, "I've never been spoken to anyone like that in my entire life." So she said, "I'm not going to do the job now. I'm no longer agreed to find the article that you so wanted." She said, "Go and do it yourself." So after 2 years, I've been patient with this fucking woman. And she's a black Jamaican woman as well. And she asked me what the details were. Now, the only reason why I trusted her with the details, because obviously I have to cooperate with her to some level and give her intimate details about regarding the article involving my father, because she's the one who has to look it up. So she's got to know what she's looking for. That's the only reason why I agreed to give her my details. But she conned me. She took my fucking details, and she's been manipulated and coerced by others to get that information, get the newspaper article for themselves, and block me from getting it. So I was really fucking annoyed because I feel like I've been duped. I've been conned, and I've been defrauded, you know. I believe the government are behind it. Whether anybody wants to call me paranoid schizophrenia, I don't give a fuck. I have no doubt, no shred of doubt in my mind that the British government are behind it. They are the most, the ones that are most have a motive. Yeah, because it involves a black Jamaican man accused basically of being gay. And what it appears to me, I've done a little bit of research around the homosexuality business. In 1972, in the UK, homosexuality was made legal. So it was after 92, whether it be a couple of years or a few years after 1972, my dad was arrested for having been accused of having sex in a public toilet with a white male. So I thought, well, he could not have possibly legally been arrested for homosexuality because it had been made legal in 1972. So the likelihood is they wouldn't have put him in prison because he was on bail in prison on remand. He was on remand, sorry, during the trial, during the criminal process. And he'd been arrested at the police station and detained like a criminal and taken to prison and held in custody. So I thought to myself, the only thing I can think of, yeah? Are you listening to me, people? The only thing I can think of that my dad was arrested and charged and criminally processed through the criminal court system, and detained on remand in custody could only be pedophilia. So the white male could have been suggested that he was underage of some kind or something, or a young male. Yeah, it could have been 14, 15, or I don't know what the situation is. I'm not sure if this was even true. All I know is that my dad pleaded not guilty and denied these accusations. So I don't know too much else. So I'm assuming he could have been set up and set up by a younger male, maybe in his teens, that lied about his age to my father. That could be a possibility as well. So the issue here, listen very carefully, this is in the 70s, the early to mid 1970s. I believe my father was accused and by the police, by the system, and remanded in police custody in prison, which would have been Armley, HMP Armley in Leeds. He could have only been accused um, because of the situation, the circumstances. It could have only been paedophilia. He could have only been accused legally of paedophilia because homosexuality was legalized in the UK in 1972. So you could not have been arrested for having gay sex or been accused of having gay sex because it was legal. Anyway, lo and behold, I'm going to fast forward really quick because there's a whole heap me want to say. I've been accused behind my back of being a pedophile. But I did not know until around, I had absolutely, I swear on all my 4 children's lives, I had no idea I'd been accused of behind my back of being a lesbian, a bisexual, a rapist, a pedophile, a bully, a racist, all these things. I had no idea until roughly around about 2007, 2008. It was either 2007, 2008, roughly around that time there. That's when everything started to come out, started to trickle out. And then when it started to trickle, it started to come thick and fast. So I thought, what the fuck? And then all of a sudden I remembered, wait a minute, Daddy was accused in the newspapers of these things. And I've never been a pedophile in my life. I've never ever been sexually attracted to children, babies or infants. Never, ever. And anybody want to bring any you feel you've got any evidence to suggest I'm lying, I advise you go to the police. And my name is Michelle Naomi Francis. I'm living in London. You've got my date of birth at the beginning of the video. Go to the police. The police I'm on the police database already for minor criminal offences like shoplifting. So they can research and find out where I live. If you feel you have any evidence to contrary to what I'm saying, please go to the nearest police station and hand in your evidence. Let's deal with this properly. Yeah? Don't be frightened to go to the police, because if you don't go to the police and put forward any so-called evidence or suggestion, information that you have contradictory or contrary to what I'm saying on this video or what I've ever said, go to the nearest police station and hand in your evidence. Let the whole world see. Let's go through the proper procedure and establish and clarify all the facts and evidence first and foremost. Yeah? So anyway, like I was saying, Daddy was accused of this. And then I thought 2007 and 2008, he suddenly started to all come out. And I was really shocked. I thought, I'm never ever fancy the same sex. I don't fancy women. I don't want no fucking woman. I'm not against LGBTQ. Everybody to the horn. I have my own. You can't force me to be a lesbian. I don't want to be a fucking lesbian. Yeah? I love man. And strangely enough, everything fucking, it was like my whole life was rewinding. Do you know that my whole life people have been trying to force me to be gay? Oh, it's really strange. You won't even believe me when I tell you the evidence. yeah, I'm just not attracted to women. And it's really bad because I'm not allowed to have a relationship with a man. I'm not allowed to get on and be happy and have a relationship with a man. It's like the secret society or the Freemasons or whatever they are, or the media. Believe me, the media have a very big part in all this. But the media are part of secret society anyway. Yeah? They have an agenda in the West, and that is to promote Western ideologies. And they use people and force people, and they try to. And if you don't cooperate and you reject them, they go behind your back and use you anyway, without your even knowledge. So all my relationships, I've basically since I started having been sexually active and started having relationships at 16 years old. I noticed from the age of 16 up until today, 51, I'm 51 now, every relationship I've had is been sabotaged. And I found out that this has been done deliberately. So when you put everything together and you recognize, because remember, I don't want to be gay. If I want to be gay, nobody can stop me. I don't want a woman. What the fuck am I going to do with a fucking woman? Yeah? And I really don't want a fucking woman. And it's really strange because I believe, sir, that part of the Western ideology is to promote pedophilia and LGBTQ and all these kind of sexual sexual profanities or whatever the word is. And you might think, oh well, a lot of you know it's true anyway. But look at Prince Andrew, the Queen's fucking son. He's a fucking pedophile. He is a fucking pedophile. Um, don't you see the agenda? Many of the Archbishop of Canterbury, the Roman Catholic Church, them at the top, the Queen's sons. I heard that the Prince Philip, the Queen's husband, was also a fucking pedophile. All of this, yeah, they've been trying to promote pedophile and all this kind of sexual profanity, LGBTQHGGIKJLMNOPQ. They promote heavy blows and skirting, sadio machoism, bestiality, all kind of thing. I've heard black man telling me, Jamaican black man who say him born at Jamaica. He might tell me say how him get enough black woman to give him body wash. And he never even wash out the shit out of him body hole. So this is never the mindset of the black people. This could never be the mindset of the Muslim. This could never be the mindset of the Chinese. This could never. This is a Western program from the white power structure, the secret society. The whole white power structure that includes the media. They want to degrade black people and have you submit and subjugation to them and lower. Because remember, when you do these things, you're lowering yourself and your standards and who you really are, your heritage, your lineage, your African lineage. You're lowering yourself and subjugation to white superiority. That's it. I know a lot of people might not like that. Some of you might not like that, but a lot of people know it's true. So that's what they want, us to lower herself to them. They want black woman for a suck out white woman dirty pussy hole I swear to God, these are the things they want. It's never a matter of